Sinoceratops, the horned warrior of China from the Late Cretaceous. Over 70 million years ago, in what is now Shandong Province, China, a creature of imposing stature and unyielding spirit roamed the lush plains of Earth. It was not a bloodthirsty predator, yet it bore the regal presence of a prehistoric king. This was Sinoceratops, the first large ceratopsid ever discovered in Asia, a find that shook the paleontological world and challenged long-held assumptions about the distribution of the Ceratopsidae family. Historical background: the world at the end of the Cretaceous. The age of Sinoceratops marked the final chapter before a cataclysm erased most life on the planet. The Late Cretaceous was a time when Earth wore a cloak of conifer forests, interwoven with low vegetation like ferns and seed plants. Wide rivers wound through endless plains, spilling into fertile wetlands, while the skies rang with the calls of primitive birds and the constant hum of insects. The land Sinoceratops inhabited belonged to the Zhucheng Formation, one of the world's richest dinosaur graveyards, where paleontologists have unearthed the remains of many different species. This suggests a thriving ecosystem, but one often struck by natural disasters such as massive floods, which may have buried large groups of animals and preserved them as fossils for millions of years. Appearance: a living fortress on four legs, Sinoceratops measured around 6.5 to 7 meters in length, stood about 2.5 meters tall, and weighed over 2 tons. Its body was built like a living tank, with a massive skull making up nearly 1/3 of its total length, an extremely rare proportion in the animal kingdom. Its most distinctive feature was the frill, a large bony shield at the back of the head, adorned with curved, sharp horns along its edges, resembling the crown of a warrior king. Unlike Triceratops, which bore 3 facial horns, Sinoceratops had a single large nasal horn. This horn was thick, robust, and strong enough to pierce the hide of the largest predators. Its eyes were positioned for a wide field of view, and combined with a keen sense of smell, allowed it to detect danger from a distance. A long, powerful tail acted as a counterbalance when it moved quickly or lunged forward in a powerful charge. Habitat: the realm of giants. Sinoceratops thrived in semi-wetland environments where dense forests alternated with grassy meadows and riverbanks. Large rivers provided not only water, but also enriched the soil, allowing plants to grow abundantly, a constant food supply for this plant-eating giant. But this world was not without peril. Tarbosaurus, one of Asia's most fearsome predators, stalked the land. Smaller but dangerous pack hunters like Velociraptor posed a threat to the young or injured. In such a world, vigilance was the price of survival. Survival strategy: horn, frill, and the power of the herd. Though herbivorous, Sinoceratops was far from defenseless. When threatened, the herd would quickly form a defensive circle, the largest and strongest individuals on the outer ring, lowering their heads so that their horns pointed outward like a wall of spears, while their frills flared to intimidate the attacker. If necessary, Sinoceratops could launch a devastating charge. A 2-ton impact could break bones or send a predator fleeing. The spikes along the frill were not mere decoration. They could inflict serious wounds on any enemy foolish enough to attack from behind. During mating season, the horn and frill took on another purpose: displays of dominance. Males would engage in fierce, locking horn battles, the clashing echoing through the forest as dust clouds rose around them, a primal contest for mates and status. Scientific mysteries and fascinating facts. A historic discovery: Sinoceratops was the first evidence that large ceratopsids lived in Asia, not just in North America as previously believed. The crown frill. The frill's unusual row of spikes makes Sinoceratops one of the most easily recognizable ceratopsids. Well-preserved fossils. Zhucheng fossils are remarkably intact, revealing detailed skull structures and allowing scientists to accurately reconstruct its appearance. A sudden end. Like Triceratops, Sinoceratops vanished in the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event when a massive asteroid struck Earth 66 million years ago, ending the reign of the Horned Knights. Conclusion: the last king of the Eastern prehistoric world. Imagine a misty morning in an ancient forest, dew still clinging to fern fronds. Through the haze emerges the silhouette of Sinoceratops, its spiked frill catching the first rays of the sun, its nasal horn raised high in defiance. It is the embodiment of strength, pride, and unity, traits that allowed it to survive in a world teeming with colossal predators. Sinoceratops was not merely another horned dinosaur. It was a story of adaptation, resilience, and unyielding courage, a witness to the closing chapters of the dinosaur age. Though long gone, the image of this horned warrior of China endures, a timeless symbol of power and bravery.